Alright. We never got to find out whether Egg counted for Keeper. What do we actually want here? Probably Duelyst into Keeper is a good line. And we've got this as a way to spend mana. Or this. So I guess we're replacing the Elemental, because we're going to play this next turn into Duelyst into Keeper. We don't want the Elemental interfering with that. Good, okay. I'm going to move forwards. It looks like I'm coming forwards on autopilot. I do actually want to be near the center of the board. Like, Vaath is fairly aggressive, and you don't want to just be pushed all the way back into the enemy's side of things. Don't you dare play us slow or whatever. Oh, he's blood tearing. That's really sad, because it nerfs this. We sort of still have to select it, which sucks. Let's replace this and see if we can get an Elemental after all. Or a skill. That sort of works. Like, maybe I'm supposed to natural selection anyway, but I think I'm gonna... Ooh. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna step back one and play Iridium Scale. So, basically this play means if we advance forward, we're just gonna take a bunch of damage, right? We might get immolated, he might just play out a bunch more stuff. We're gonna get hit by this. If I back up, I can try and find a flash, which will blow him out. Or at least I can play a Duelyst, which will be annoying and waste a bunch of time. And then, if we can keep doing that for a little while, we can find time to get a Plasma Storm or some removal. Or like I said, just play a Mercantor. Otherwise, we can find a way to kill this, which is a bit easier with the Iridium Scale, and then natural selection is actual threat. Is he playing Planar Scout? Or is this a spell? Sure. I mean, if we get a Flash Reincarnation, this is good. Even with the Iridium Scale, this isn't terrible, like. Okay, so I'm going to back up again, I think, and just play the Duelyst. I just want to make it as irritating as possible for my opponent to pressure me. Like, he gets to back me into the corner, which sucks. Giving him the run of the board. But we just have to accept that. Eggmorph. I could Eggmorph this. I think I'd rather play the Duelyst. Eggmorph is really good with Iridium Scale, so we can catch people with that by surprise. Catch people by surprise with that. Like the words. Something move. Alright, so we've got a full hand, and it's a hand of good cards. We've got a plan now. Like, we're under pressure on the board, but not actually in danger on the life total, which is good because we don't have any healing, but we've got a bunch of powerful swingy cards. So ideally, he gets aggressive, presses up, the Duelyst wastes his time, we keep her back, the Duelyst get another one. I think the dream is, so he kills the Duelyst this turn, or we trade it. Yeah, good. He can't kill the 0/10, so we can use it to waste time. And then we can bring back the Duelyst with Keeper, kind of under the guise of it being, under the protection of the Tombstone. That's a problem. That guy's a pretty big deal. At this point, I think I would double natural selection. The Azeroth line's enough of an actual threat. But if nothing else, we can just put a Duelyst in the way, which is not bad. We can also play this one as and use the Overload, which seems better against the Lion. Let's replace this Thumping Wave, see what I get. Grove Line's excellent, we can do that next turn. Yeah, probably casting Duelyst is better. So I'm going to go here with Tombstone, the Duelyst there. Hero up. So now the Azeroth Lion can't get at the Tombstone without him sending some other stuff into the Duelyst. So it's going to take him a bit of work to get it. If he can reach this square and then still move here, which is fairly unlikely, he can get a good Holy Immolation off. I could try and play around that, but I think I'd rather just have him bunch up and annoy himself on the Tombstones, and then I can get some Iridium Scale off. So he's going to have to approach really carefully to avoid getting wrecked by the skill. Which obviously he knows because it's right there on the board, but still. And then next turn we can try and find a way to play Grove Lion, hopefully behind one of these. Kill something for free and start taking back the game. Or we can play Mercantor, which, again, my opponent will be aware of, but it's a threat, right? There's nothing here that my opponent can just not respect. Everything that I could have in my hand, they've got to respect. Mercantor kills all these creatures so well. Grove Lion, I don't know if they'll see it coming, depends on whether they read my article, I guess. But Grove Lion's really good on this board. The Iridium Scale's already good on this board. The Duelyst is a pain and doesn't trivially die. Even if he kills the Duelyst with these, like, we still get 20 health worth of provoke in front of us. And he's got 12 power, so you know he'll be able to get through some of them. But then here comes the Scales, or here comes Natural Selection, here comes Mercantor. So we're actually in decent shape. The main issue, I guess, would be a Sunbloom. Like a Sunbloom on this square, or even on me, is quite bad because on me he can hit me. That's an interesting move. What's that about? I guess, oh yeah, so you're killing this and then trying to plow the Azurite line through the gap, right? So he's going to take the 5. He's going to clear this Tombstone. Good. That's basically what... So if he comes up here, he just gets wrecked by Iridium Scales, which is great. I say wrecked. He still gets to kill a Tombstone, so that's not bad for him. Oh! Right, cool. So we're going to Mercantor these, I guess, and annoy the Duelyst. There's also... We can try and Egg Morph. What can we do? Well, the Natural Selection doesn't do anything with these 0/10s on the field, so let's ignore that. We can Grove Lion, come up here, kill this. That seems pretty bad. We can Mercantor and clear these. That seems pretty good. We can basically anything else that isn't that. No. I think I like this play more than anything else. It doesn't even die. That's amazing. Come over here and annoy this guy. Where do I put myself? So I need to play around Holy Immolation, I guess. So the best position is probably here. It's not like I'm too worried about my board, because between them, these units present quite a lot of presence. Awesome. So this is good. We're still on 24. We've been 2 cards ahead in hand for a while, but now we're also ahead on the board a little bit. That's fine. You go ahead and use a removal spell on that. So he doesn't even kill the taunts this turn. We could just Keeper of the Veil and get something awesome, whatever it is. I can also now Grove Lion, come up here and hit him. We might take 7, but that's kind of okay because we've got an Earth Sphere now. It's a shame that I can't reach the Duelyst as well, but we don't actually want to die to Divine Bond, so that's fine. The other option is we play Egg Morph on the Duelyst, move here and play Blistering Scorn. We lose a charge on the scale, but we clear this, leave ourselves with a big, like a fairly big board. Is that better or worse than Grove Lion? It's actually quite an interesting question. So he can hit me for 7 next turn and have this die, which sets him up for his... He can lock me in place and sets him up. We can still Egg Morph it then, but we don't want to. Let's replace this guy because he's definitely not playing that. We can take damage, but... maybe the play is actually just to play the Egg Morph from the Scorn. It does suck to lose the charge, and we miss out on a Bloodborne spell activation, but still like a decent line. I'm going to put the Scorn on this side, so that he has to choose between Holy Immolationing there and coming after me. So this is like, now we have the board. We're still ahead in hand, and we've got these dudes out, and we've got a couple of charges of an Iridium Scale plus a 3-power General and a Life Lead. So we're ahead in every resource. Now, he can play a Trinity Oath at basically any point, so that can reverse quite quickly. But we've also got 2 Keepers of the Veil with Duelyst, Mercantor under them, which is hilarious, and a Grove Line. So we are now in absurdly good shape, and basically the plan worked perfectly. So that's nice. Ironcliff. That's a problem. But the Grove Lion is a solution. Or I might draw an Egg-Wolf. Natural selection. No. Yeah, we just go to Grove Lion this, I guess. Grove Lion and attack it, which is nice. And we get to do this as well. So I'm going to put this guy over here and put the Grove Lion behind him. This protects the Grove Lion from Holy Immolation because Argeon currently can't move. If I put the Tombstone over here or myself here, he also can't hit it with the Ironcliff Guardian. I think putting myself here is probably worse. That exposes me to Immolation. So we're going to go here. Unprovoked, of course. I can't move. Yeah, what am I talking about? Hit this for 4. Do I attack with a Scorn? Like, if he kills this and hits it, it's still not next to this. I think we do. I mean, he's clearly not playing like an aggro deck, so racing is not that relevant, and maybe we don't want it to... Oh wow, keep us for days. Maybe we don't really want it to be... There's the Oath. Exposed to dying quite easily, because it worsens the keepers a little bit, being worse than both Duelyst and Mercantor. But even then, like, it's still a 4-5, that's pretty good. And just getting in for damage is not the worst thing ever. Alright, sure. That's sort of bad, but we can afford a Divine Bond, but it doesn't do that much. Like, I'm okay with him Divine Bonding here. So what are we doing? I guess we're just keepering and trying to surround him with stuff. Ideally, his hand is Clunk, and we can cluster up our minions in such a way that he can't very easily play an Immolation to kill them all. But also we can just like, get this guy killed, play Keeper, then get this guy killed, attack for 5, so that's 9 damage. Ideally we can kill this with something. It's a shame we can't attack with this, because if he hits it now and then we attack with it, we can unlock the selection. Sure. If you're just doing 2 of those, we can... So 1 in 4 Mercantor. Not very exciting. I mean, if those are the draws, I'm okay with it. So we want to deliver the Mercantor somewhere, deliver the Keeper creature somewhere where it can be Mercantored. Where it can kill these if it is Mercantor. This is bad. This turn. Egg-Morph, well that's a nice curve. That seems almost too convenient, maybe I should save it. I guess we don't want to get like Immolation Divine Bonded out of the game. That would be a bit sad. We can put it to 1 health though and just Earth Sphere. That seems possibly more practical than using the Egg-Morph now, when he's probably got more of them. So let's start by deploying... Let's put a minion like here. No. Alright, cool. Do we go face with this guy? Oh, I can die to the 2 Alchemists anyway. Yeah, screw it, we'll just attack. He can kill my stuff if he wants. Oh, oops. Someone just miscounted his mana. Never mind. I'm actually going to bring this over here. It protects it from being randomly immolationed. If the Blood Tear Alchemist wants to go to hit it, that's absolutely fine. And, well, that's it, basically. It also takes up space. Not really relevantly because of the amount of stuff that it can hit, but it does take up a little bit of space. So far, Keeper is Scorn, Duelyst, Mercantor, Grove Lion. Possibly soon to be another Duelyst. Interesting that he killed the Taunt. Sure. This is going to be a long game. But it's a long game, like, we're very much equipped to win this, right? Bit sad that Iridium Scales never got any value, but... we do have a bunch of cards that, like, make a 3-4, a 5-3, and a 0-10 now, so... Can't really complain there. I think we can afford to replace the Earth Sphere. Plasma Storm. That kills everything, which is... We don't need that yet. I'm going to defend myself with this. I guess we just, like, crowd some stuff in. Deal tie for days. Like, I don't care if he gains more life off this until ooh, Meltdown, that's a good draw. Right. This will help us close. This is a good finisher for this kind of matchup. He may not have removal for it. Congratulations, you can kill a Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove, Keeper of the Veil. So, what are we going to win with? Probably just Vaath and Meltdown. We're going to get really big, and we're going to go and bash him. Like, at some point, he's going to have to start running away, because it's going to be Vaath and, like, the Tombstone army advancing glacially upon him from across the map. Yeah, he's running. I mean, he's got a full hand and a bunch of cards, so he's probably got some random crap to play. Ironcliff? More Scintilla. Sure. Go ahead and gain life. To be fair, we are going to need Grovelion to beat this, because if he can gain enough life... Ooh, ouch. Yeah, that makes this attack here a lot better. But I'm not too fussed by that. Alright, let's just start with this, shall we? We can replace Plasma Storm, we're not going to be using it anytime soon. That's also bad. Right, what would you like to kill? Meltdown? Cool. You do that. How much do I play around Immolation? I think we can go here. That prevents Immolating here hitting me. He can play a minion in Immolation, but, you know, he has to. Get some more cards out of his hand that we can then try and kill. We do need to find a Grovelion, but we have, like, the biggest general ever. Should also stay far away from Meltdown so that he can't Sunbloom both of us. Sunblooming one of these is alright. It'll die at some point. So we can play this and get another deal test, most likely. It's like good. It's probably about 50%, maybe slightly more chance to get a deal test. For one last quick game, this is sure going on for a while. All right, what have we got? That's going to die to this. That's still going to die to this. That's a really greedy play. I guess he's just worried about me insta-killing it. Chaos Elemental. Not an amazing draw. Do we just take 7, lamping the Scintilla? Well, assuming the Meltdown doesn't kill it. No, I guess we're going to kill the Ironcliff instead, right? Balls. Let's spread out. Because he's got to come to me, because the Meltdown's going to kill him otherwise. We do this and play Sunsteel Defender to body block myself, probably. Boo! Boring. Yeah, let's do this, and I'm going to move this Tombstone's round. This plays around Immolation on the Scintilla. I guess it does mean that if he immolates, he can move the Scintilla, but that's not a huge deal. It can't reach this or me right now, so that's fine. I would have been much happier if the Meltdown had hit his face, though. Not his face, it hit the Scintilla. So we're still board slightly in my favour, even in hand. It's alright. Ooh, Thumping Wave's quite good with these, actually. Oh, damn, I should have just Thumping Waved this Tombstone and traded. I'm an idiot. Instead of playing this guy. I keep forgetting you can do that. I got a sweet kill with a double Thumping Wave on a Duelyst Tombstone once. It was great. It was like build your own Divine Bond for twice the mana and twice the cards. But it was exactly lethal, so I would say that that didn't matter. So, my opponent's kind of... I don't know if they're playing from desperation or if they're... They seem to be struggling a bit. Like, the playing Ironcliff and Divine Bonding it and hoping I didn't have anything to do was a pretty desperate move, I felt. So I guess they feel like they have to close the game out, which I guess is probably the case because I have a Meltdown. And I mean, they might have Martyrdom in their deck. They can certainly Sunbloom it, but it is still a 7/7. Another Scintilla. Yep, you're going to gain life forever. Yep. Sure. That's fine. Yeah, that was actually that was a pretty weak turn for my opponent. It was really quite weak. So we can actually Thumping Wave this now and do something. Don't need this guy again. Definitely don't need that. I should probably try and get in a little bit. I can come up here, move this here, kill this, with Meltdown sort of over there, so it gets a bit more breathing room. Can Thumping Wave this to kill the 5/5, or I can just activate the Overload and see what it hits. Actually, yeah, I should activate the Overload first. Oh, I can't move over here and kill this. I have to go here, which is a lot worse. Because otherwise it'll be provoked by the 5/5. And have to get a lucky roll on Meltdown. Kill this, please. That'll do. I guess we wave? Is it worth it? Yeah, it turns on half my removal. Let's just do it. Jam out some force field dudes. Alright, now we're well ahead. We have a massive board, he's got nothing. And still the same cards in hand, although two of my cards are quite bad. I mean, the Elemental's not that bad, it's still a 4/4. Contests a lot of his minions quite well. This has been quite an interesting game. Very, very drawn out, but like interesting. I think I've definitely been... After about turn 3 or 4, I feel like I've been more or less solidly in control. Since my opponent's early pressure plan just didn't work out and I've got lots of health, that means I can play a bit more... I'm still playing quite conservatively, but like, I'm not forced to play around random nonsense like this. I'm going to see an Afterblaze on this so I can kill the Meltdown, I guess. Or an Immolation, I guess. I'll be immolating here. Divine Bond, sure. Well, Meltdown got what? 5, 6 for one? If we RNG into a Meltdown, my opponent's going to be so sad. We have to go for it, right? Where do I put this? I can put it over here and hope that it's Meltdown. Or I can put it over here in the knowledge that it's probably a deal test. Scorn, sure. Okay. I'm going to cast this Earth Sphere because it's exactly a heal, which is really nice. I have so much health that I'm not too concerned about getting wholly immolated myself. But I am concerned about the rest of my stuff eating it. Although, these guys are Sunsteel Defenders. They don't care very much. And we're at the point where my opponent's life total is under some not insignificant pressure. So I am actually just going to go face. Like, if he wants to kill these, he has to manufacture... He has to hit one, ping another. He's used at least... No, he's used all 3 of his Blood Tier Alchemists already. So, the Holy Immolation is probably only going to be able to get these unless he hits one of these. Goes to 9, and then we just kill him. Because he can't retreat away from me, other than in this direction. I guess that's probably the play. Like, go over here, play an Ironcliff to slow me down, maybe. Oh, man. Okay. I like how the Battle Pet decided to BM. Good use of an emote there by my opponent. I'm going to tip because that was epic.